Hey class, it's Paul Tradovic here, and today I'm going to be giving my persuasive speech. And before I start, I'm going to introduce my audience. Pretty cool people. Oh, don't put your hand over there.
Hi, this is a really good time. We're looking forward to this
Just
presentation.
speak. You got to tell me your name.
My name is Tom Otradovic.
All right.
I'm Cheryl Otradovic.
All right. Those are my audience. They're AKA my parents. All right. We're going to start. Hello, fellow classmates. My name is Paul Tradovic, and I'm going to inform you of some of the horrors caused by the FDA not regulating specific foods and supplements. Have you ever thought when purchasing an item if it was real or not? I can agree that that thought has ran through my mind on many of times. In this presentation, I'm going to give you a clear perspective of what is thrown under the rug in the FDA, as well as what needs to be done to fix this slow, silent, growing dilemma. During this presentation, I'll be basing my facts off of medical professor studies and information shared by the FDA. To start off, I'll be giving you a taste of the mishandling of products run through the FDA by talking about supplements and how much harm they can cause. We use supplements every day, whether it be vitamins, drinks, protein, or a workout supplement. The fact that there is no testing performed by the FDA on any of these products before they hit the shelf is a very scary fact. On their website, the American Cancer Society states, a dietary supplement is considered new if it contains an ingredient not recognized as a food substance, unless it was sold as a supplement before October 1994. If it is new, the manufacturer must provide the FDA with reasonable evidence that the new ingredient is safe before the supplement is marketed to the public. But this is the kicker. The manufacturers are not required to test new ingredients or supplements in clinical trials that would help find risks or potential interaction with drugs or substances. So basically what they're saying is anything new, the company just has to show valid evidence. They don't have to actually go through any testing on any animal or human trials. No animal or human trials. It's just all based on evidence of, tests, scientific tests, some other type of scientific tests. A study in the American Association for Liver Disease. The study took place among 8 referral centers that were part of drug-induced liver injury, and there was patients with liver injury. This referral place basically pulled in people that had liver damage. They knew or they had underlying issues of liver damage, and they did tests on these people, and they found 15% of the subjects had like severe liver damage, and this is on American Associated Study of Liver Diseases website. Moving forward, from the smaller issues to what has changed in the last 20 years has brought me to the next topic of genetically modified food. So in this, I'm basically going to be talking to you about the corn and soy. There's plenty of other genetically modified produce, and there's also fish and several other things that are genetically modified. But the main thing I'm going to be talking about is corn, and for the most part. So, according to the USDA's website, over the course of 20 years, GM corn, genetically modified corn, has gone from 0% to 89% of what we eat, and soy has gone from 0% to 94% of what we consume. The main issue with a lot of people have, and I have with this, is there's these Bt toxins that are in corn that destroy an insect's gut. They have found that when we digest it, it stays in our body. It does not leave our body for an extended period of time. And there's another active ingredient called glyphosate, which is in Roundup. And you can think about this as, Roundup is fine and dandy as long as you spray, because we can wash our vegetables off. If you're spraying it on the vegetables, we can wash it off. But if it's built into the like the corn or the soybean, like that means it's concentrated, and there's no way you can take it out because it basically just gets digested. Um, so that's a huge issue there. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is there is so that last thing about the BT toxins that came off of a news release of GMOs linked to epidemics. This was put on the website in 2018. One of the major studies that exposed GMO company was Routers. They did a study. Well, they published a study that basically French scientist did studies on a couple mice. It wasn't very many. So, but basically, these rats were fed GM corn for 2 or 3 weeks, and they acquired tumors. So many countries have banned the use of GM products. So this the tumor thing that I was just talking about, that came from a company called Monsanto, and that brings me to my next topic, which is the corruption of the FDA and Monsanto. So according to globalresearch.com, the FDA and Monsanto have 15 collaborators, basically 15 people that work in between both the company and the agency, and this is causing a lot of issues because a lot of things get swept underneath the rug. So, in conclusion, this is why all food and supplements should get tested by the FDA and not by the manufacturer. So, going back on my points that I talked about supplements and the negative impacts that manufacturers testing them has caused on the population. I've talked about produce, and I've talked about the deep ties with FDA and the corporations. And in closing, I've talked about the harm that is caused by the FDA not like just blindly trusting manufacturers, and what we need to do to stand against the collusion between the FDA and high corporations. Like we need something to happen to stop this collusion. So now I'm going to open it up to questions. So do you guys have any questions?
Well, do you eat genetically modified foods, Paul?
Yes, I do. The main reason I eat genetically modified foods is very hard to find, and non-genetically modified, and like I shop at Aldi's. Aldi's doesn't sell non-genetically modified food. There's only a certain amount of foods you can find that are non-genetically modified nowadays. And
how do I find those foods?
there's the non-GMO project.org has a list of all the brands that have non-GMO in them, and they also have, if you actually want to test to see if what you're eating is genetically modified, there is a tester that is sold on the internet as well.
Been very helpful. Thank you.
Yep. All right, class. Hope you enjoy my speech.